between New Balance Rebel version 4 and Adidas Evo SL, how it looks like after 700 km. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kel, one of the Malaysia running YouTuber. Today I'm going to talk about my two favorite daily trainer, that is New Balance Rebel version 14 and Adidas Evo SL. How's the shoes look like after 700 km? Full disclosure, these two pair of shoes is purchased by my own money. And this pair is my favorite daily trainer of 2024. And Evo SL supposedly to launch in March 2025. That is this year, the official launch. But I'm able to get it on during the limited edition launch at the October. So I'm able to use both running shoes up to 700 km. So we're going to have a look on the shoes, how the shoes look like after 700 km. So in this video, I'm not going to talk about the specifications, because specifications I already talked about in all my old videos. Then you can just go and view it for the Rebel and for the Evo SL down at the description. I did update some of the descriptions on the video that I reached around 300 km. And my first impression review all at the link below. So you can just click the link below and have a look on the video. So on this video, we're going to compare how the shoes look like after 700 km and how I feel about the shoes. Some of the shoes I feel really good and some not really good. Let's start with the appearance. How the shoes look like after 700 km. We're going to start with my best daily trainer of 2024. That is the New Balance Rebel version 14. I own two pair of this one. Currently another pair in rotation because of my Evo SL already down the road and going for retirement. So that's why I'm using the second pair of Rebel. So for the Rebel, I think some of you already have a look on the shoes before. On the upper, you're using the Phantom Fit and some of the wear and tear on the heel, because the heel, the padding is very thin, same as on the other side. So the wear and tear on the shoes already came off on the upper. There's no hole or anything, but on the midsole, some of the shaving already shaved off. Same on the other side of the shoes. So besides that, the foam already can see a lot of compression line. Basically, the shoes, the foam already compressed a lot, and I can feel the ground feeling when I'm running using this pair of shoes. Yeah, some of the mark, this is some of the better mark, the treadmill marks that I overstepped it, all came off, and some of the foam already breaking off. So for the outsole, the grip still plenty, still there's a lot of grip. Just need this part peeling off, the rubber and the foam peeling off, same as this side of the shoes. The rubber, same side, same issue, both on the front part, like more to shaving when I'm running. So this part came off. So this is more to my running gait, anything. So for the rubber, quite plenty, still got a lot of rubber. But on the outsole here, already eaten off by the ground, but there's no performance issue at the shoes. There's the rubber. There's a lot, but the grip, some of the grip came off, but still got plenty, and the grip is very thick. Moving to the Evo SL, and this one I think is a tough fight in 2025 for all other brands in the market, because the moment I got this pair of running shoes, when I ran on it, immediately I fall in love with this pair of shoes. It's bring me the memory of this one, but this shoes has much more performance compared to that one. But both shoes, I really enjoy it and I really love it. For the upper, you see, both of the upper, there's no hole so far. The build quality on the upper is really good. Even though it's a white color, there's a lot of mud or the dirt. The shoes, both shoes haven't washed it yet. After this one, the last wash I think is around 500 km, and up to now I haven't washed it. So far, all the stickers, all the stripe, nothing peel off. And for the midsole, you can see the wrinkle already came off. For the light stripe form, it's very robust. So it's famous with the robust. So the shaving off part just starting to came after 700 kilometer compared to all my shoes. All these parts shaving off came out around 300 kilometers. They starting to came out. So for this one, the Evo SL, yeah, just only this part is just starting the shaving on this part after 700 kilometers. Same as the other side, a lot of wrinkle of the shoes, but so far there's no shaving on here. But once we look at the bottom of the shoes, it seems like normal, but it's not normal. All this rubber becomes smooth and really slippery, and especially this side, because my toe off is when I toe off is on the side, outer side over here. So that is why the foam over here is totally eaten off, and some of the rubber already breaking off, is no longer sticking to the light stripe foam. On the other side, because of my both landing and takeoff is different. This side is more to here, this side is more to the what we call midfoot, this more to the toe. So there's I have two different landing stripe. So for here, just starting to eat off, I think it's around 60% eaten off, and the rubber here same, all become a very smooth rubber. For the back here, just we need some of the foam eaten up, and this one is more to middle part because of my different landing style. For the rubber, it look okay, but it's absolutely nightmare, especially running on the wet conditions. Let's move to the performance of the shoe. Starting off with the Rebel. Rebel shoes is lighter than the Evo SL by 20 gram. The Rebel I think is around 229 and the Evo SL is 249, so it's 20 gram heavier. The 20 gram lighter than the Evo SL. So the shoe is much more lighter and there's no plates or anything. Basically, it's just a fuel cell foam all under the shoes. The shoes is really flexible up to this level and it can easily turn around. So that's why this is one of my favorite shoes that I use it on all my run, especially for my easy run, long run, fast tempo, everything. The shoes able to perform on it. So how I feel the shoes after this 700 km or during this 700 km. The shoes is really fast, but one thing is about this fuel cell foam is when you're getting more and more distance in, more and more mileage in, the foam seems like getting softened up. Once the foam starting to soften up, my feet easily to bottoms up the shoes. That means when I land on it, I can easily feel the ground because the foam already starting to soften up, starting to break up, and I can starting to feel the ground feeling of the shoes. It's rather than more to bounce, the shoes is more to like the old type of racer, more to the ground feeling. When I land on it, I can feel the ground before I push forward. So basically, not the foam is dead, just only the foam is breaking off, the bounce getting lesser, it's become very soft. So when it's land on it, when I land on it, my leg tend to sink in. For the grip wise on the shoes, definitely there's no issue, except the foam breaking up after around 500 kilometers, I can feel the foam is getting less and less response. But overall, it's really a good speed day shoes. For USL, I did the same exactly training type of mileage, the type of training, same as the Rebel. So I bring these shoes out for all my run. So for the upper, there's nothing. But for the foam, it's really responsive. The foam is much more firmer and the shoe is much more rigid compared to the Rebel. and there's one inside, there's a very small plastic or TPU shank in the middle to stabilize the foam. So the front is getting softened also, but not as soft as the Rebel. But it's not as flexible as Rebel because of the structure, the design of the shoes. And the foam still responsive, even though up to 700 km, the foam still really responsive. Nowadays, I bring the shoes more to treadmill running in the gym rather than running outside because of the grip itself. The grip is super terrible, and I'm starting to encounter this issue after 700 km when the shoes, all the pattern lines starting to wear off on this side. The shoes getting much more slippery day by day, especially when it's rain or running on a dry concrete. If you're running on wet concrete, absolutely nightmare. It's just like having a free ice skating when you're running on a wet concrete or wet road with the white line. Once you run on the white line or the yellow line everywhere, you can feel the shoes actually is slipping around because the grip, even though they're using the Continental, but there's no grip on it. There's no line for the water to disperse, just like a car tire. It seems like running on the super slick tires. When it's wet, just slip away. So that's why now I bring the shoes on the last 50 km before reach 700 km, I bring the shoes into the gym, and more of that is just complete his mileage in the gym itself because of the grip. For the performance, the response, the foam not as squishy, even though the foam really softened out compared to the first day I get, and I still can get the response from the foam. Between these two shoes after 700 km, what I really like about and what I'm not really like about. The first thing is we go with the upper. What I really like about the upper is the Rebel. The ventilation, the phantom fits, the lightness of the upper is not really contain a lot of water when it's rain. I really like the upper of the Rebel, even though it's starting to break off, but I still prefer the phantom fit upper compared to the Evo SL because Evo SL intend to contain much more water, especially when we are sweating a lot. It becomes much more heavier compared to the Rebel. So I prefer the Rebel upper. For the midsole, for the response, for the bounciness, definitely I will go with the Evo SL. Even though it's 700 km, the shoes still can perform up to speed. Like this afternoon, I went for a treadmill run. 10 km, I ran at 420 pace, and the shoes still able to perform very nicely with a minimum lesser effort running with the shoes, and the shoes able to propel me for my next step. Is very bouncy and very stable and respond. Moving to the grip, definitely Rebel will win in this category. You can see, even though after 700 km, we still got a lot of grip on the shoes. Compared to the Evo SL, it's absolutely nightmare when you're running on wet. So definitely the grip will be go to the Rebel. Now we move to the build quality of both shoes. So you have a look after 700 km, which shoes look much more bashed up. For me, Rebel look much more bashed up compared to the Evo SL after 700 km. Even though both of my running style is the same, so you can see both shoes, the bashed up, this one look much more bashed up compared to this. So definitely the build quality will be go to this one, the Evo SL. So in the end, both daily trainer went through a lot with me. Rebel is my best daily trainer of 2024, and Evo SL is a tough fight for all the other brands because these shoes can easily win the 2025 best daily trainer, except the grip itself. Other than that, these shoes almost perfect. So that's all on my 700 km review on the New Balance Rebel version 4 and the Adidas Evo SL. See you guys on the next video. Bye.